Now to those growing terror threats on the U.S. homeland. FBI Director Christopher Wray was on Capitol Hill today, warning that the risk of a terrorist attack on the U.S. has risen, quote, to a whole other level, not seen since the emergence of ISIS. CBS's Scott MacFarlane reports tonight from Capitol Hill.
A sober warning from the director of the FBI that the war between Israel and Hamas could lead to attacks in the U.S.
Our most immediate concern is that violent extremists, individuals or small groups, will draw inspiration from the events in the Middle East to carry out attacks against Americans going about their daily lives.
Director Christopher Wray said domestic terrorists could target Jewish or Muslim communities, and he specifically mentioned the arrest of a man in Houston earlier this month,
who'd been studying how to build bombs and posted online about his support for killing Jews.
He was referring to Sohaib Abouyash. In court records obtained by CBS News, prosecutors allege the 20-year-old Jordanian living in Texas, seen here at a firing range, trained with weapons to possibly commit an attack, and talked of killing people of particular religious faiths.
We shouldn't stop conducting our daily lives, going to schools, houses of worship, and so forth, but we should be vigilant.
The FBI is also probing anti-Semitic threats against students at Cornell University. And today, New York's governor announced a person of interest in custody.
Every single New Yorker has a right to feel safe and to be safe.
Meanwhile, in Nevada, a judge has scheduled a November 13th hearing in the case of John Anthony Miller, charged with making violent, vulgar, anti-Semitic threats toward Democratic Senator Jackie Rosen, showing up outside her Las Vegas office.
Look at the protests around the world. Jews are feeling under attack.
The FBI director also said al-Qaeda and ISIS have called for attacks on the U.S., but said at this time they're not tracking any imminent, credible threats. Nora?
Scott MacFarlane on the Hill for us. Thank you so much. A major court victory for Tesla today. A jury in California finding Tesla's autopilot technology was not to blame for a deadly crash in 2019. Survivors of the crash accuse the automaker of knowing its driver assistant technology was defective. Tesla argued the crash was caused by human error and that the driver still has to keep their hands on the wheel while using autopilot. The jury ruled that the driver's Model 3 was not defective when it went off the road.